Yeah.
And we
welcome
back.
We here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Free Jazz Podcast. You got G's here to your left. You got K-Seiko to my right.
I'm here.
Listen, man.
Back like we never left.
Back like we never left. And this is the second episode of the week for y'all. Listen, we have a special treat because we missed out on a couple weeks, you know what I'm saying? We was on our little hiatus. We came back, you know what I'm saying? We here. We in a whole different studio for this, the second episode of the week, you know what I mean? Shout out to the Courage Room, you know what I'm saying? Down here at Bravery Studios, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bravery in case you ever need to record your podcast, you know. We in Garfield, New Jersey. Come check us out.
We gotta switch it up on y'all. Gotta keep you on your toes. Feel me?
Yeah. We had to switch up the background a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of cool shit going on. We got multiple studios in the room. You know, so we had to flex our stuff a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But listen, man, it's been a crazy week. I say that every week, but I really mean it really has. It really has. Listen, shit was just getting heavy for Diddy earlier this week. I ain't gonna lie. Shit done got heavier, okay? Because, first of all, we had touched a little bit on the polls. How Diddy, you know what I'm saying, stepped down. Brother Love just stepped down from Revolt TV as a chairman.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, so not only did he just step down, but now, I don't know if you saw his old head of security, Roger Bonds, who has an incredible story. By the way, like if you don't know who Roger Bonds is, go on Vlad TV and watch the Roger Bonds interview. So as soon as I seen the tabloids and I seen his name, I said, "Oh, I know that motherfucker."
Yeah, you've seen it. Yeah, okay.
Roger Bonds, old motherfucker from Harlem, killed the nigga when he was like 15, did like 20 years for it, came home, became Diddy's security guard, and he's on Instagram talking about, "Listen, I'm ready to tell my truth." He talking about, "Listen, motherfuckers got this story and that story. I was there."
Oh, come on now.
There's a lot of shit I didn't get to talk about off the respect for some loyalty and all that. And he basically tried to say, like, listen, I was standing on principles for some shit that don't exist no more.
Exactly. You standing on principles. Okay.
So I'm not sure what that really means. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I guess.
What do you take it as?
I'm assuming that he's talking about, he was standing on principles or morals for an idea or something where that's no longer the case, or he thought it was something and it's no longer what it is anymore.
I'm saying, do you think he's talking about the morals and codes of the streets, or you think he's talking about the loyalty him and Diddy was supposed to have for each other?
I think that's what he's talking about.
I think so too. Right,
as far
as
the loyalty, I don't think it has anything to do with the snitching, but I feel like it's more loyalty to Diddy, and maybe Diddy did some shiesty and he was like, "Yo, why have I been loyal to this person this whole time?" Listen,
from the outside looking in, it sounds like I'm ready to snitch. I ain't gonna lie. It sounds like, yo, it's up. We snitching. We doing what we gotta do. We gonna do it up. Like that's what it sounds like to me. But
I feel like that it's not. It's not like he's been charged with anything. You know, it's just speaking his truth. You feel me?
Listen. Everybody around this motherfucker Diddy is realizing I can make way more money.
Everybody can have their own books. Y'all about to say everybody can write their own books.
What?
Everybody can go on tour.
Let the Surviving Diddy documentary begin. It's over. This chapter is open.
That's what I'm saying. You asked me before. You asked me before. Do I want him in jail? And I said yes.
Listen, they opened up the floodgates on R. Kelly in what, like 2003? It died down for a minute. This is before social media popped off, and then they just run amok on this motherfucker from like 2017 to like 2019, 2020. They was just dropping Surviving R. Kelly's. Listen. Sean Combs, ain't gonna lie, it's looking bad for you, my boy.
It's looking slim.
Take the Russell Simmons route. Get the fuck out of here. Take your money and go. Cause these niggas not about to play with you, bro. They not about to play with you. I'm not gonna lie. It's looking shiesty.
It's looking spooky. Now you're gonna see him slowly back away from his from the positions in power and his endeavors at the moment. You know, you're gonna see a lot more cutting ties with the businesses he's associated with.
My advice, nigga, find out who Sammy Sosa's doctor is. Go get light skin in DR and move to Venezuela or something, nigga. It's over. I'm telling you, it's over. Go get light skin. I promise you. Listen, he got the kind of money by next week he be my complexion. Did he get the fuck out of Dodge, gang? Get out of here.
No, but you're right. Russell Simmons out there in Thailand.
Russell Simmons was running around doing God knows what, and that nigga disappeared to the land of the ladyboys. He's straight. That nigga good money. He like, yo, I'm blending in over here, and I don't know how. Because if you a black man in America, the last place you're gonna blend in is anywhere in Asia, nigga. But apparently, Russell Simmons can get that off.
But he kind of looked like he could, feel me? But he kind of looked like he could be.
I think he's short too, so you're right. You
know
what, Russell?
He kind of looked like he could
if you're like Thailand or Vietnamese, where niggas is brown skin, I know darker Asians out there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And like you feel me? If you know him, you know him. But out there, they probably don't know him.
Out there,
that's what I'm saying.
Every black person's a celebrity off rip, so he's feel me. God forbid them niggas find out he's from Run DMC. That's the nigga with the gold ropes. But.
Oh, no, God forbid that was one with the shell toes.
Listen, they will create a statue of your ass, so be careful out there, Russ.
I actually have a quick story about when I was in China.
You got touched by Russell Simmons in China?
No. Absolutely not.
Anything's possible at this point.
I was in China and somebody I was on a trip with. He was older. Mm-hmm. Maybe like 40s, 30s at the time. And long story short, everybody was saying that they were teasing him, calling him Tiki Barber.
I'm fucking crying.
And it was a whole like.
Wait, they knew who Tiki Barber was in China?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Get the fucking Tiki Barber was fake mediocre. Like he was a dog, but he was fake mediocre.
But he was in New York.
But in China?
But he was in New York. Feel me?
Okay, yeah, you're right. But in China, that's crazy.
Like Tiki Barber.
And that was around Jeremy Lin season. Like
that was.
I went right before. That was like right before, if I'm not mistaken.
When I go, I went like 09, 2010.
I'm pretty sure I was like 08. Oh no, I think you went to Egypt at 08. Oh, so that was the middle of Linsanity.
That was freshman year.
That was the middle of Linsanity.
I know that was freshman year because I remember it was during the spring during track season. My coaches was tight.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. You have to get about it.
Tight.
Listen, niggas don't know about the legacy, the legend of K. Senko. We don't call him K. We don't still call him by his jersey number for no reason. You right? Listen, if you know, you know. But yeah, I always wanted to go to China. One of the countries is definitely where the fuck I'm trying to go.
But touching on Russell Simmons really quick, we didn't really touch on. You just brushed it over. No pun intended.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying.
But
a lot of touching going on.
But Russell Simmons, for those who don't know, there was all allegations that he was interested in women who were younger at some point with different women, and as soon as that story broke, I'm out of here. He dipped out. He dipped out of some place where there's no extradition. Like he's not messing with none of them allegations.
And he ain't been back since. Actually, I feel like I heard he performed at the 50th hip hop anniversary at New York. Yankee Stadium.
There hasn't been any charges or anything. It's just been all talks. But as soon as he heard that, he's like, "Yeah, I'm out of here."
He's like, "Fuck that."
He's like, "I'm out of here."
Jet and get me the fuck out of here.
See, that don't sound like that don't look like no innocent person to me.
I ain't gonna lie though, like if it was up to me, listen. The second some shit go crazy, I'm faking my death. You go look, put this on record, nigga. I'm faking my death. If you hear a nigga checked on an airplane, a boat sank, just know I'm out of there.
I'm out of it.
Like that whole submarine shit, that shit. I don't know, son. Like maybe that shit happened, maybe it didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like
no, that submarine, that was a craze for like 6 weeks. That was like a craze.
And not to be insensitive, but like, hey, listen. If there was one way I'm gonna fake my death, it's gonna be on this $500,000 submarine ride, nigga. I'm out of here.
And
I think that's the exact price I should be paying to fake my death.
And going back to Diddy real quick.
Oh yeah, we not off this nigga. We still on.
No, going back to Diddy real quick. You gotta realize nobody settles that quickly if they're innocent.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, that's not true.
Not anything like this. Not anything like this. When your reputation's on the line.
Listen, there's a lot of motherfuckers settling real quick. Get it the fuck out the way.
Not anything like this. Little stuff, okay.
People try to fight their innocence, but that's how you end up in jail. Get the fuck out of Dodge. Pay whoever you gotta pay and get out of Dodge, nigga. Don't clear your name. Don't do nothing. You're already fucked. These allegations is over. They're already concurring with shit that people been talking about since the 90s. Bro, get out of here. Get out of here. I'm sorry. It's over. It's over. Or turn light skin. I'm telling you. It's the only other option.
Like the Sammy Sosa.
Go bid, turn to Sammy Sosa and get up out of here.
The Charlemagne.
Yeah, word. Do the Charlemagne. Sammy Sosa took it overboard. That nigga is full out white, dog. I don't know how he did that. He got a permanent perm. I don't know how the fuck his hair do that now. But Sammy Sosa, what's the face of Pepsi? That nigga is.
He shot out.
I don't know what that nigga is.
Shout out.
Listen, go love yourself, man. Before you listen. Before you go turn a different skin complexion, just make sure you love yourself. Because I don't know what the fuck that was about to this day. Nigga did that shit in his 40s. Like, bro, you could have did that
after he was playing.
You had the money. The technology probably wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? You see how they did Mike. Mike was getting light skin in different patches and shit. He said, fuck it, bleach.
Mike had Vitiligo.
Yeah, not for nothing. Mike had a different kind of brand too. And they say Mike had vitiligo, but did you ever see that shit? They actually say that's why the glove was on him. That's why he would wear the glove a lot. That's where it started spotting on their hands. And that is typically where vitiligo starts. Word. It starts like in the hands and then it starts to like spread up. I think the feet too, but I don't know. I never seen a nigga with vitiligo's feet.
Yeah, me neither.
I just thought about it.
But
Shout out to my homie Spots though. Shout out to my son CJ. You know what I'm saying? He definitely word. He really got vitiligo. That nigga embraced that shit early, and I remember I felt bad, but he rocked that shit so gangster with it. He was like, nigga, I'm still out here getting bitches and all that. Word. Dominican nigga. He was nice in baseball too. Word. Shout out to my son CJ. Word. But yeah, man. Back to Brother Love, man. Shit. Listen.
It's not looking good for him. It's not,
you know what the funniest shit is? Yo, 50 Cent is on a fucking head.
Yo, 50 Cent is the funniest troll in the
50
world.
50 Cent is the nigga you don't want to be.
Yes, he is the top. He will drag anything. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he posted to me. It was Diddy on stage at a party or some party. He was mad people on stage with him, and Diddy's just performing with his pants to his ankles. And he was like, "What kind of fucking party is this?" He said, "This is the exact same party niggas tell you not to go to. That's why I don't go to Diddy parties." And I ain't gonna lie, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, why the fuck was you up there with your pants down, gang? This had to be like 06. You can just tell by the outfits.
What you mean? You already know what that's about.
Hey, listen, man.
You already know what that's about. There's many different stories. You already know what that's about. You already know his stilo. Like I said, he's the type of person. He is capable of anything. He has the power. He has the money. And he has the impulse. Yeah. He seems very impulsive. Like. He's capable of anything.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that nigga from a hole in the wall.
I don't know him, but I'm talking about what it seems like.
But what I do know is, man, it's been a rough week for parenting too. Because have you seen T.I. and his son King?
Oh yeah,
that might be the funniest shit on the internet right now. Why? Because if y'all don't know, so T.I. and his son King and actually his mom slash T.I.'s wife Tiny, they're at the Atlanta Falcons game in some suite, and for whatever reason, King, his oldest son, he goes on Instagram Live, and that turns into some argument that's about King's pretty much trying to say like, y'all don't know me, talking to his parents, like y'all don't even know me,
like he talking
nigga,
crazy.
I'm from the hood, da 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 da, and his dad's like, yo, what are you fucking talking about?
What are you talking about?
Like you grew up with a silver spoon in your mouth, like, and he's like, I ain't never grew up with no silver spoon, and he talking about standing on business. First of all, that's one of the I fucking hate that term, standing on business. Like, shut the fuck up. Standing on what?
That's literally just a term.
I fucking hate
chatting.
It. Yeah, standing on business just as bad as capping. Like, oh, you capping, like, nigga, shut up, shut up. Like, call it a lie. Like standing on business, I fucking hate that term because it just, I don't know.
It doesn't mean anything.
It also just feels too gangster for what you're trying to get across. Like, just say you're handling your business. Standing on business sounds way too gangster. Like you trying to murder something. Like,
that's a new term floating around.
Yeah, I hate it though because everybody's fucking using it for anything. Like anything. You give an opinion, you stand on business. Really, nigga. Like whatever, cool. But so they're going back and forth, and T.I.'s son is pretty much like he's like, I grew up with my grandmother, man. He was saying like when they would record the show, because us from the outside looking in, we watched the T.I. and Tiny show,
and they think everybody's all kumbaya.
They're all under one roof, and these niggas live all together, and apparently that's not the case. Apparently, he been growing up with his grandmother. King was growing up with his grandmother pretty much his whole life until he became a teenager, adult, whatever the fuck's going on, and he started making a viable enough income to sustain himself. But how do you feel about that whole idea, the concept of like these celebrity kids' sons wanting to be extra gangster, extra like hood? Like, remember Michael Irvin's son?
I was just about to say that.
Michael Irvin, the Pro Football Hall of Famer, blasted his son for making drill rap. Drill.
He was like, son, wow. He's like, I don't know where these lyrics came from.
He's like, motherfucker grew up in a private gated community with the private schools. Like, how the fuck you became a drill rapper?
Something Gambino, something like.
Listen, it's way too gangster to be Michael Irvin's son. But you got like Boosie's son, for example, another one that's running around extra gangster. And Boosie like, yo, what are you fucking doing? Like, it's cool to put it on the music because you my son. You got enough street cred just on being my son. But don't run around acting like you super tough. You gonna get into some super tough shit you're not gonna be ready for.
You're not, and Boosie really like shit. Lifestyle. But
what you think about these celebrities kids?
I think it just it just shows what the culture is now, and regardless of what you've done in your life, it's about looking a certain way, no matter how you grew up. And I think it's very damaging, especially when when your parents put you in a position and raise you a certain way and got out of that situation to give you a better life, and you're turning around and acting like your life was harder than it actually was. And it's like, bro, you didn't even do it. Like what are you talking? Why do you have to do this? Why do you have to do this? I think I think it's a little disrespectful to the parents, if you ask me.
Yeah, that is.
I think I like it's especially when you're somebody like I'm not too familiar on Michael Irvin's background. You know, somebody like Boozy, somebody like T.I., who actually had to go through this and create a better life. And I'm not saying King, and I'm not saying Boozy's son had the best life growing up. At the same time, they didn't have to jump over certain hurdles that they make it seem like they had to jump over just to make it seem like it, you know?
You ain't have to drive by, you ain't have to slide on nobody.
Bro, like
you could have went home and played Fortnite, you would have been good.
You know what I mean? Like, I just don't like it. It's just about the imagery in today's culture. You know, everybody want to look the most gangster.
But now let me play devil's advocate, because what I do know is, man, a lot of these motherfuckers. Listen, I know a lot of motherfucking celebrity kids, or I've heard of the celebrity kids, or people who come from good backgrounds that get into the most gangster shit in the world, and you can't tell me they not gangster after the shit they done. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
true.
I know a lot of. Look at fucking Ray J. Like, Ray J was Moesha's brother. He was supposed to be Brandy's brother. Ray J's one of the biggest bloods ever. And then shout out to Ray J though, because I gotta commend him on becoming a fucking business mogul at the end of the day.
You brought up Ray J. Ray J is sneaky, like...
He's a fucking legend.
No. Sneaky a legend, though.
Yeah.
But people don't...
He created a billionaire with his dick.
Like, no,
he single-handedly created a billionaire. And bitches is wearing Skims right now because of Ray J's penis.
Ray J is literally a hood legend.
If it wasn't for Ray J's penis, bitches would not be wearing Skims today. And that's a fact. And I'm standing on that.
And speaking of Ray J, it was... I think he was the one who broke the news about... Tupac and Faith.
Oh, listen.
Yeah, Ray J was there. He was there for the inception for a lot of things.
Listen,
he was there for.
Do me a favor. If you want a good laugh, go to Vince Staples explains his love for Ray J. Yo, it is the 90-second tirade of everything Ray J has done, and it is the funniest shit in the world. Because it's dead true. Like, motherfuckers don't realize he was doing a lot of gangster shit, running around slapping Fab and shit. Like,
Ray J is really, like, I would, like, all right, since we're talking about Ray J, like, I feel like Ray J, Soulja Boy, and Bow Wow are three pinnacles in the black community that made a lot of stuff in the culture happen. Yeah. But, but aren't given their flowers like they should. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, they were child stars. Yeah. Who as they grew up, your fans got older, whatever the case may be, they're not as relevant anymore. But those three have made such an impact in the community in general, and we're there for so much history. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Like, For the Love of Ray J was a crazy show. Like,
oh my,
like, that was a wild fucking show. And I realized though, like, all them shows, what was it? Flavor of Love, Tila Tequila, For the Love of Ray J.
I Love New York.
I Love New York. I could name 100 more.
What's his name? Vinny and
the two Jersey Shore Puerto Rican Italian
and then From the Love of Ray J, they had
a bunch of. Long story short, my point is, not one of them niggas was A-list celebrities. Who are these niggas?
And that's the point.
Why the fuck they get? I mean, Flavor Flav is a legend in his own right, but he's a legendary hype man. He wasn't even a nigga rapping. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't the nigga rapping in Public Enemy. Like, he had a couple bars here and there, but he was the nigga ad-libbing with the clock on the clock on his chest and was clearly on crack.
But in general, that's what it is. You think about reality TV, it's never A-list celebrities. They don't have to do stuff like that. It's never A-list celebrities.
Yeah,
that is Love and Hip Hop.
I'm gonna be honest. Who the fuck is Tila Tequila? Where did they get this bisexual Filipino woman?
That's what I'm telling you. You'll never see A-list celebrities on there. It's always the ones that had a buzz, don't have a buzz. They want to get back in the spotlight. Think about I'm just saying. Think about Love and Hip Hop now. Young Jocks on there. You feel me? Like someone like that. Who else is on? I don't watch it, but like. Producers. You know what I mean? There's nobody in the spotlight, ever in the spotlight. Why would they do that? There's no need for them to do that.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of people become A-list celebrities from those shows.
That's what I know. But I'm saying it's never the opposite. It's never an A-list celebrity. Like, why would they need to do stuff like that?
Yeah, shout out to Ray J though, because he was running around with Suge Knight in the '90s. But listen, a lot of other artists too. Like, I know one of the Wayne's brothers. I don't know if it's it would be their little cousin. Motherfuckers running around South Central doing all types of gangster shit. Like, I'm thinking about a bunch of different examples of motherfuckers that I would know personally. I don't want to put out no actual personal names because I literally got like 5 names in mind that I can think of. Like, that I know you even know. Like, and I think
I know what you're talking about. I think I know what you're talking about. But okay, those are ones that did said actions. I'm talking about the ones that didn't do said actions.
Yeah.
Who are running around acting like they did.
Well, at that point, you just acting, but I'm speaking on the motherfuckers like, we don't know. Maybe King really done got 2 bodies or something. What if King really done slid on some shit? You feel me? What if King really had to grow up fighting niggas and his mom at his grandma's just because he's T.I.'s son?
What if Michael Irvin's son really was out here drilling?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey, look, you look at Mikey Williams, the basketball player.
He's dumbass.
Think about him. You would have never thought this light-skinned motherfucker with the curly hair was about shit. But apparently, he's running and gunning. He's hopping out of niggas. He's hopping out on niggas and booming at them. That's the most gangster shit I ever seen.
For no reason.
Hey,
like he not 6'5".
But what you mean? I don't give a fuck how big I am.
No, but I'm saying
nigga gotta get shot. Nigga gotta get shot.
I'm saying you get out the car dumping like you're not the biggest one on the block.
Hey, listen, I'm not fighting 2 niggas if I don't got to. If I got this gun, y'all fighting this lead, nigga. Fuck that.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Now he not going to the NBA no more. He just lost out on $50 million.
You don't know that for a fact. Listen, NBA will give a nigga a shot.
What? He's down. He's down. He's facing like 15, 20. He's down. It's over. It's over for Mikey Williams. He facing some time.
He got some money though. I feel like he'll fight that.
Okay.
He got some money and his youth is gonna help him. And I doubt he has any priors. Like that nigga, I don't know. This nigga might be a killer for all
Okay. We'll see what happens.
With no priors, you shoot a nigga first mistake. He didn't hit nobody.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, he might be able to slide with a little 3-year bid. By the time 3 years is up, with enough push-ups and sit-ups and shit, he gonna be in top-tier shape. He gonna be 21 years old.
Okay.
He be all right. Somebody will give him a shot.
Okay.
Somebody will get. Listen, Joe Mixon punched the shit out of his wife.
That wasn't his wife.
His girlfriend at the time.
Nah, I thought it was some random girl at the club. It was on video.
Even worse. Joe Mixon punched the shit out of some random girl at the club. He played in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. That shit ain't stopped nothing. I'm just saying.
I don't condone. I obviously don't condone that.
I don't condone it either. What I'm saying is, you got the talent, niggas will give you a shot.
But Joe Mixon wasn't facing 10 to 15 years.
He should have been. What the fuck? All I'm saying.
I remember that.
All I'm saying is, if you got the potential, niggas will give you a shot. You know what I'm saying? If you got the physical ability, niggas will give you a shot, man. They don't give a fuck.
We'll see what transpires.
I see Dante Stallworth killed a nigga in a drunk driving accident. He was in the NFL 2 years later.
That's not the same.
It's not.
It's not the same.
But it is.
It's not the same.
It was your fault. It was your fault. If you ain't get an manslaughter, you killed somebody.
It ain't the same as getting out and dumping on somebody.
He ain't killed nobody.
No, but I said dumping on somebody.
And I'm saying he didn't kill nobody. Niggas died. I'm saying, like, yeah, you're right. It's not the same thing, but it's also not the same thing. Like, shit was a little extreme on both ends here.
That's true.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But my thing is, like I said, I think it just speaks to the culture in general. How regardless of the situation, regardless if you're actually doing what you're saying, that everybody wants to be so tough, everybody wants to be so gangster, and that's the cool thing to do.
Yeah, it is kind of disgusting when you think about it. Like, why the fuck do we strive to be the most tough, the most gangster? Like, as a kid, I understand it, because as a kid, it seems like the toughest guy gets all the attention, which turns into all the girls in the class, and everybody likes him. You don't even have to be the flyest. If you're just a badass, people tend to like gravitate towards you, and you also get attention from the adults. The teachers and the deans want to be right next to you to help you because they want to know, like, they want to know what's wrong and all that good shit. So it's like, it's an attention seeking thing. But when you get into your adult life and you're still on some like, oh, I want to show that I'm the toughest, it speaks to what you said. It's just like, it's part of the culture for us to do that. But you don't really see that in, like, let's say in white American culture, where like people are trying to be the toughest. The niggas that trying to be the toughest in white culture just go to the UFC and actually be tough.
No,
them niggas are really fist fight for a living.
And that segues into some. I'm glad you brought that up. That kind of segues into what I want to bring up in my next point. Let's think about in general the mob era with the Italians, the Irish, right, and organized crime. They were trying to hide what they were doing. They were trying to clean up their money. Right. They didn't want people knowing what was going on.
True.
Versus us in our community,
we brag about it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. We brag about it.
And we could do a reenactment music video about the gangster.
That's what I'm saying. We want to do a drill on Tuesday. By next week, the song comes out talking about the block where we did the shooting at, talking about the guns that we used in the shooting, and talking about, oh no, now the lyrics shouldn't be used in court, bro. You just described something that wasn't even public record. Nobody but anyone connected to the shooting knows what happened, or the police.
Yeah.
You over there rapping about details that wasn't even released to the public yet.
Yeah, I love those. I've been seeing YouTube little documentaries on songs that get people indicted. And it's the funniest shit in the world.
But that's what I'm saying. The different mentality. Like even the white gangsters in that era, they didn't want to be known for that. They tried to clean their hands with that. That's how they made money. 100%. That's how they made a living. 100%. But they didn't want to be known as that. They didn't want to be looked at like that. Us, we want to glorify that. We love that. We love that shit so much.
Yeah.
We want to be right in the middle of that. Even if we're not doing it, we want to be looked at.
That is crazy.
Known for that.
You're right. Because when I think about it, like, the Italian mob actually, like, especially in the earlier days, they didn't like violence at all. Because they understood violence equals no money. More violence equals less money.
And that means more attention.
Right.
More attention.
More police attention.
Yes. It was necessary for the avenue that they were in.
Yeah.
But they wanted to wipe the hand clean of it. They didn't want any mentions of it, you know.
And there was a chain of command, too. You couldn't just go kill somebody.
No.
In the mob, if you went to go kill somebody and you did not get the green light from up top, they'll kill you.
Oh, yeah, it's over.
Because you're bringing unnecessary attention.
Because now you're making it hot. Now we got somebody who's loose cannon. Now we got to crash them.
And it's one thing when we're just trying to extort motherfuckers for money. We're just trying to get the money and all that. And then now you go kill somebody. It's like, yo, the feds come. Once bodies drop, it's lit for you.
And now they about to do a whole investigation and trying to open up and look at us now. You feel me? Now you got it.
Even in the mob, truth be told, they for a really long time till like the 70s and 80s, like really like the 70s, they had an anti-drug dealing policy.
Yeah.
You weren't allowed to sell drugs. You would get your ass, you would get killed. You would get found in the back of somebody's truck for selling drugs because they understood
that brings all the attention. Like, okay, they'll extort four businesses on this block.
Right.
Every month you got to pay them on this block.
Right.
Once somebody starts selling drugs on the block, you got to go. You can't be around here.
Yeah, no,
you're making it too hot. You bringing unwanted attention. But you see the different thought process. You feel me? Over here in our communities, we want to make it seem like we want to brag about the stuff we're doing. Yeah. We want to be in the spotlight about this stuff. Over there, it's.
Yeah, and they thinking smart, they thinking longevity. Because, how many motherfuckers gonna get arrested? You put 1,000 niggas out there selling crack, nigga, all of them will be arrested within the first year or two of selling crack, for sure. Now you gotta pay bails, bonds, get attention. Who is this little cocksucker on the corner?
And who are they affiliated to?
Right, and then now there's too many motherfuckers that possibly could snitch. Now you send two, you know what I'm saying, bald-headed, strong Italian motherfuckers to 20 different spots, 20 different locations in this one neighborhood, little small businesses, and be like, yo, listen, we gonna need $100 a day from y'all motherfuckers, or this shit's gonna be up in flames by Friday, nigga. Okay, cool. Y'all don't wanna listen? We gonna break some kneecaps on Thursday. Just have our shit ready. Okay, now we get $100 a day from you motherfuckers, from 20 motherfuckers. You talking about $2,000 a day of just extorting? We didn't have to sell shit.
No, we have to.
Everybody that we got our money from is already selling what they sell regularly.
We have to shoot no. You feel me?
We didn't have to pay no bails. We don't gotta worry about niggas going to jail, getting caught with $100,000 worth of crack in the trunk of a car. We don't have to worry about none of that.
It's funny. Somebody you know Frank Lucas, of course.
Of course. Yeah, she lived in Teaneck. Shout out to Frank Lucas.
Frank Lucas. It's funny. How the feds found out about him?
I actually do, but go ahead. I like the story.
It was an Ali fight. Yep. It was an Ali fight, and
Muhammad Ali
fight.
We talking about Frank Lucas. Listen, watch American Gangster if you haven't. It was one of the greatest movies ever.
I believe in the 70s, and he came in a full minked out coat.
Yup.
Full
big
real
ass mink.
He had better seats than Diana Ross and another celebrity, and the feds were like, "Who is this?"
And
guy?
All the Italian gangsters he sat in front of.
He said he had the better seats than everybody in the house, and nobody knew who he was. Coming out in a mink coat, and the feds were like, "Who is this guy?"
Yeah.
Who?
And that a black man in the 70s, like who the fuck is this?
And of course, you got to realize, these are the socialites. Everybody knows everybody.
Right.
This is what
nobody knows that nigga and his shorty right there.
Who's that right there?
Yeah.
Who's that right there? But it's just funny the fact that's how they caught up and found out.
And when he turned around and said something to the Italians, the police said, "Oh, he's linked in." The Italians was super racist at that time. They wasn't mixing with at least not publicly. They wasn't mixing with no black shit. In the mob, that'll get you killed. Mixing the race, especially with something they really don't agree with, like black or Hispanic or something. Hey, that'll get you killed.
Yeah,
because you fucking up the bloodline. Like,
no, you're not even lying. But
so that's actually what got Frank Lucas killed. He was hot. That was way before Instagram. Like. Shit crazy, man.
Yeah, he was like, and in hindsight, he was in an interview. He was like, "Man, I probably shouldn't have done that. Probably shouldn't have done that. We're drawing too much attention." But the difference is how the thought process is. One group doesn't want to draw attention. They just want to get it how they get it, and then the other group wants to draw all the attention. Even if they're not even doing it, they want to make it act like they're doing it.
Yeah,
they want to be in the spotlight.
Because motherfuckers be rapping about shit they didn't actually do.
That's what I'm saying.
They be claiming bodies they didn't do. Like shit like that is
just
a thing
to make
now.
it seem like it.
Yeah, just to make it sell records. That shit is crazy, bro. Niggas is crazy. And like nowadays too, motherfuckers will make a drill song and be like, yeah, we smoking on your dead friend. And the nigga died in like a car accident. Like nobody slid on him. Like nothing happened. That nigga died from some regular causes. And y'all talking about y'all smoking on Lil Tunchi. Like how you smoking on that nigga? Like you didn't do anything to him. But it's disgusting because that's the world we live in, where people just want to perpetuate not only just this violence but this like super negativity. It's like, man, it's not. I remember this day saying fuck you, fuck your mother, and that's enough for niggas to fight. You talking about you smoking on my dead? What?
Nah, that's
nah, bro. This generation out of line. Niggas, I see why niggas is getting shot. Because that's the most outrageous shit ever. Niggas is going on Instagram Live at your man's tombstone. Like, it's crazy. Niggas in Chicago is running up on your man's tombstone, pissing on it, all types of
literally,
shit. Smoking blunts. Niggas throwing parties on your shit.
In a music video.
On Instagram,
in a music video, on Instagram Live.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, it's out of line, bro. It's out of line. I understand what's going on, but like, man, I don't know where this is gonna go because it's only gotten progressively worse since the beginning of time, as far as like the amount of ignorance and the amount of motherfucking like just blatant dumb shit that we subject ourselves to and we can't make it part of the culture. Because like I said, this is all shit that's so common.
It's a part,
you know what I'm saying? It's kids in the suburbs that are talking about smoking on their dead friend. These niggas ain't in the trenches.
We're desensitized to it.
And it's really sick. And because you know it was making it even worse too. I watched I don't know if you're familiar with this kid, Lil RT. If you don't know Lil RT,
oh my God,
go find you a third grader from any city in America. And it's him rapping about getting his dick sucked, rapping about shooting niggas, killing niggas, talking about all that shit with a bunch of adults in the background, mind you, which is really fucked up.
I saw that.
But I see him and there's a bunch of other a bunch of kids from the Bronx and a bunch of them. I don't want to name them all because I can't remember all of their names and I don't butcher them. But Lil RT is one of the prime examples of like. That's a product of his environment where we just gotta learn how to do better, bro. Like, there's no reason for an 8-year-old to be rapping about getting his dick sucked. Like, why the fuck is he rapping? There's an 8-year-old talking about I'm pulling off fast on the police doing 60 miles. That's how I know he wrote that shit. Because ain't no fucking 60-mile car. That is a low-speed chase, gang. But it made me realize, like, yo, bro, this shit ain't gonna get no better if that's what they rapping about at 8. Like, what the fuck at 8? I was just trying to rap about being fly and doing cool shit, and I sucked at it. This nigga's amazing. You should hear the song. The song fire. I ain't even gonna front. The song fire. This shit go crazy. I ain't gonna lie. But it's just, I can't get behind it because it's like, bro, we can't. Bro, this nigga's doing walkthroughs. He's doing shows. He's 8. He's in the club doing shows right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think honestly, the culture that we're in, it's literally like alcohol. It's literally poison. No, like literally. And what do we know about alcohol? In short spurts, it's the funnest time ever. Damn. It's okay.
When that
it's
song
okay.
first dropped,
it's okay. You know, a little bit here, a little bit there, partying when you're going out. It's okay.
Yeah, but by the time you turn 50, 60, and that kidney start failing, my boy.
Nah, it don't even gotta be that. By the time you're on your 10th shot, you falling off in the club. You feel me? You entrenched in this. If you entrench yourself in this culture, you get lost. It's easy to get lost.
Yeah, man. It's sad, bro.
It's easy to get lost. And guess what? At a certain point, you'll need an intervention. You really need an intervention. Like, you got to relax. Like, you feel me? If you entrench yourself too much into it.
Yeah, and it's scary, man, because today's culture, man, the way that we turn, the way that it's been the formula for music and our culture, it has been the same for like the last like 10, 15 years, where it's like, okay, we're going to turn the street gang into a music label, and we're going to turn this music label into a legit business, but we're going to rap about the street shit that we did, which is a perfect segue into this Young Thug trial that just started. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, did you watch the beginning of trial? Did you watch the opening statements and
Absolutely.
everything?
I saw the opening statements, and the prosecution was reading lyrics to take you to trial. Take it to trial.
Listen to me.
Take this shit to motherfucking trial. I was like, yo.
What I do know is Young Thug's lawyer is a white man with the last name Williams. He might be good. You don't know too many white men with the last name Williams.
Listen.
Any white man with the last name Williams, Johnson, Smith, Smithson, all that type of shit, they got some money and they got some shit in the works. They plugged in.
Listen. Young Thug's attorneys are shooting from the rafters. They shooting from Curry range right now, Lillard range.
I couldn't believe this nigga said YSL comes from Yves Saint Laurent clothing brand. I said, nigga.
He said
not what he said on the first 10 albums.
He said Thug is truly humbled under God.
Yes, that's what Young Thug stands for. Truly humble under God.
It's not what Tupac and them were talking about back in the day with Thug Life.
Yeah.
Pushing P means pushing positivity.
Listen. He is
shooting from the rafters.
But he's gonna sell this shit. Fuck that. I got faith in myself. He gonna get listen. Thugger. I don't know, man. What I do know is there's a lot of fuck shit still going on. Like one of the jurors didn't show up to court, and that apparently became a really big issue.
That's definitely
didn't show up to court. That's a really big issue. It's just
logistically, it's been a mess. The reason why it's taking so long is because of the jury selection.
Yeah,
the trial should have been started already.
Yep. But listen, man, all I know is he don't got murder on there no more. But it's sickening. But at the same time, I have to understand that this is what it is. Like this is what happens when you take a street group and say, we're going to turn this into a label, and we're going to make music, and we're going to rap about the shit we did in the streets. This is what's going to happen every single time. And when I see, like, Thug's lawyer, he had mentioned YFN Lucci. He like, listen, YFN Lucci is just a broke rapper that's trying to attach himself to a bigger name the same way Young Thug did to Lil Wayne when he was trying to come up. He said, we don't know him. We don't have no beef with this nigga. We don't know this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're trying anything.
No, that's what I'm shooting from the rafters is what I'm saying. Like,
it's fucked up, bro.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and the prosecution was mentioning Lil Wayne and you know, like I mentioned earlier, talking about the guns that were used in a lot of crimes that people don't even know, that the public doesn't even know about. What do you think about using lyrics? Do you think they should be able to indict by lyrics?
I'm gonna be honest. I understand the whole like, oh, it's art and all that shit, but if we can connect that to some shit that's eerily fucking obviously the same thing that's going on. Like, if you gonna make a song talking about I shoot at your mammy, now that boy don't mention me, and you just shot at the nigga mom crib a couple months ago, like, I don't know, like, yeah, I think, I ain't gonna lie, you should be able to use that. Like, when Bobby said Mitch shot a nigga about a week ago, that nigga's in jail for life.
Yeah.
The nigga he mentioned, he's in jail. He's fried. He's doing football numbers. He's doing defensive lineman numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's over for that nigga. Like, I'm sorry, but like, I just don't think that it's smart to rap about shit you really did. Like, fabricated. You know what I'm saying? He could have said, we shot at your auntie house. No, you said we shot at your mammy house. Nigga, we shot at your girl house. We shot at your house. No, we shot at your mommy house after nigga shot at your mammy. You're going to jail. You and all them heathens is going to fucking jail, son. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's how that goes.
Listen, I can understand artistic expression, like you were saying, as far as if it's something generic or something in general. But when it's a beautifully painted picture,
yeah.
When we see all the evidence here, and we're trying to add up everything, and we hear the music and the lyrics, and they can link and connect. I mean, then hey, you just fried yourself.
Yeah, bro.
If you ask me, especially if it's something that you can actually, because they're not going to indict you over something that they can't connect the dots over.
Nah, facts.
Over anything generic, you know, It's never anything generic.
But I mean, I'm sitting back and waiting because the fact that the feds never stepped in yet, God forbid they do, it just makes me feel like, yo, this case really must be weak, bro. Because the feds would love to take a nigga to trial for murder. Like, they would love to take him off the streets forever. Love to. Why the fuck they ain't step in yet? It's been 2 years. Like, what's really going on? It's been a year and a half since he got arrested, literally. He got arrested in May of 2022.
Yeah.
It's been a year and a half. Feds still ain't stepping. We haven't even heard a peep from the feds. I don't know, man. I think Thug got a good chance of beating this or getting out of here within like a 5 to 10 year sentence. And shit, by the time trial's over, you're going to be damn near halfway through. And I don't know what Atlanta's rules are. I don't know if they do 60% or 85%. Well, 85% is normally Fed time. They probably do 50 to 60% state case, meaning if he gets 5 or 6 years, he'll be out of there in 3 to 7 or something like that.
He already did it. He's already done a year and a half.
A year and a half. And that's the thing, a year and a half county, if my brain serves me right, county jail rules go differently. There's a thing called county time, and there's like prison, there's state time, fed time. So county time every 20 days is a month. So even though we're counting that he's been in there since May of 2022, and you're doing 18 months, Actually, every 20 days a month. So if you did 18 months, what's that? Like 520. That's like 520 days or some shit like that.
Something like that.
If you do every 20 days is a month, and you break that down, what would that be? That's like I don't know. Do the math. 500 days divided by 20. That's supposed to be like 40 months or some shit like
something
that.
Like that. A little over that.
Something like that. Regardless, that's a lot of fucking time. Like it would be like he did way more time. It'd be no, he did like
no.
It wouldn't be no. 40,
it wouldn't be 40 months. It would be like 20.
What? 20?
No, like 25.
What's 500? God damn it! Here, let's do it. Because now I want to know. Because what's 520 divided by 20? That's 26 months.
Yeah.
So he would already have 2 years and 2 months down packed. Little do we know. You know what I'm saying? Just because he was in the county, because the county is different. I just know that's how it goes. Like, especially in Jersey. In Jersey, every 20 days is a month.
I know every state's probably different.
Every state is probably different. But I know almost every state has that kind of rule. Or, like, the weekends don't count. Or I forgot how they do it. But it's basically 20 days. Just take my word for it. 20 days a month. Google that shit when you get home. Like, every 20 days is a month. And same thing, even when you go up to prison, too, they do some type of manipulating to figure out how to get out faster. Because even though it might say this amount of days, normally people always get out a little bit sooner just because of those stipulations. As long as you don't get in no trouble, you should be all right.
But I got a story. I got a Young Thug story I was told like 2 months ago.
What happened?
I was with a
Thug got touched by Diddy. I ain't gonna lie, Thug wanna like that shit.
Hey, that's his prerogative. I wouldn't put it past him. But I was with a group of friends, and how a group of friends go. And this girl was talking about how it was her or one of her friend's birthday. They rented an Airbnb in Atlanta. They was lit, whatever the case may be. It was like 6 girls, and she said she had a cousin in Atlanta, and a cousin asked her, "Yo, where's the Airbnb? Send me the address." And then he was like, "Yo, like you better be careful over there. Like that's not the place you want to go, whatever the case may be." Long story short, they get to Atlanta. It's like 6 of them. They rent this big truck. There's a big truck for them. She says she pull up on the block, and there's literally like 40 niggas right next door outside.
Yeah.
No, she said literally like 40, like literally.
That's Atlanta.
She said she pulls up in the driveway, and they start swarming the car. She was like, "Oh my God, what's going on right now? What's going on right now?" And then out of the corner, she's like, "Yo, what y'all not from here, right?" And it was Young Thug. She was like, "Oh my God, it's him!" He was like, "Yeah, I'll make sure y'all look like." She said he was so nice. Made sure they were safe, if they had any suggestions to where to go and stuff like that. She said.
Wait. So you tell me, it's just all him, man. Wait. So first of all, these bitches is terrible out for their fucking life.
Yes.
40 niggas pull up to their car. They roll on the window like, "Hey, what's up?" They're like, "Hey, welcome to the neighborhood." And it's Young Thug and a bunch of niggas.
It's Young Thug and of course he like, "Wait, y'all not from here?" He like, "Yeah, y'all not from here." And she was like, he was so nice. He was trying to.
He probably owned that.
Make sure it was great. He wasn't even trying to get at any of us or anything. And I'm like, "Yo, that's really crazy." She was like, "Yeah, he was so humble." I was like, "Wow, that's really crazy." I'm trying to piece together. I'm like, "All right, when was this?" Because like I'm a Thug fan. I'm like, "This is Barter 6 Thug. Like this is 2014, 2015." She was like, "Nah, this is 2019."
Oh shit! Yeah, my son was on the block.
You feel me? Still on the block, like.
Yeah, man. I can imagine. That's one motherfucker that was feeding the family.
He said he's real humble. He said he's real humble.
Listen, man. When it comes to Atlanta, man, them streets is real tied in with their artists, and that's why it's like fuck, because all these motherfuckers is really coming up off the streets, just like New York did for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like if you know the history of 50 Cent and the Supreme Team and everything he had to do, 50 Cent didn't get shot 9 times about some rap beef, nigga. That was some street shit going on.
Yeah, that was some real.
Like if you look into all of that shit, if you look into Diddy's background, you look into all these motherfuckers' background, they come from some OD street shit. Run DMC, you look at all the motherfuckers. Listen, Jam Master Jay didn't get boomed by some rap niggas.
No, that wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit was not a game. So, Atlanta, man, you see people like Lil Baby and QCP. Look into their backgrounds. Look into their backgrounds, what they went to jail for. Look at Rollo and the fact that Rollo owned an entire. Matter of fact, we gotta talk about how Rollo came home too. And this motherfucker had snitching allegations. Motherfucker did 6 years over self snitching. And he's home, and it looks like motherfuckers embracing him more than ever.
He's up right now too.
Listen, every stop he makes on Instagram, he's picking up 50,000, 20,000 from the next rapper. He's pulling up to every rapper, and it look like damn near extortion. Lil Baby just gave him 100,000. He gave him 50,000 2 different times in the matter of a week. I'm like, wait a minute, nigga. nigga. You tapping niggas' pockets? Like, what's going on? He's pulling up in Suburbans, picking up 50,000. I'm like, wait a minute. On Instagram. But, I mean, shit, he could just be laundering money to himself, because shit, you could literally claim that on taxes. Like, listen, y'all don't know where this 100,000 came from? Well, Lil Baby gave it to me as a donation.
No, that's a fact. You could.
Put that on my taxes, nigga. That's launder. Listen, Lil Baby, here, take this 100,000, give it to me on Instagram. This way, I have receipts of you giving me the money. Because listen, that's how smart niggas be able to think.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when Gucci Mane signed Rollo for $1 million, Rollo's music career wasn't worth shit.
Nah, it wasn't
that
about
was
the
a
music.
clear play.
That wasn't
Like,
about the music.
That was literally like, okay, this nigga is making clear plays in front of our face. Why the fuck would Gucci Mane give this nigga $1 million? I promise you he ain't give Pooh Shiesty $1 million. Pooh Shiesty's career was on a come up. Nigga, that was a clear, like, yo, Rollo gave him that he probably gave him a little 1.2 M. Like, yo, just give me back this M, keep the 200. We gonna launder this M right here and just give it to me in rap checks. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that easy to launder money, especially when all your friends are fucking music moguls.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what, like, that's why I saw Rico indictment and all this shit's coming up, because it's like, yo, yeah, these niggas can act like they just rappers, but it's clear what they got going on. Like, they're feeding the streets and they're feeding themselves.
They touching so much money. They
touching so much money. Who's to say that I didn't pay this rapper $250,000 just because his name is Duke Deuce? Nobody listen to this nigga. Well, Duke Deuce is a different nigga from Memphis. Talking about Duke.
No, Duke.
Yeah, just Duke.
I know Duke.
But I'm saying, like, Duke and everybody else that sounds like Yak Gotti and all these motherfuckers, Gunna, all these niggas. Hey, technically speaking, you know what I'm saying? Who's to say they're not using their own money, just funneling it into the company and, yo, pay me out of that?
Yeah, give me some. Yeah.
Yo, here's $500,000. Give me $350. Give me $400 by the end of the year. Just pay you off in quarters. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how motherfuckers move when you move smart.
That's true.
So I mean, I see like I said, Rollo coming home and how in tune the streets of Atlanta is with the music. It's fucking scary, because that's, if you look around, every day there's a new rapper from Atlanta that's only come up with that's popping.
And that's the thing about Atlanta, is they embrace their own. There's people who import themselves to Atlanta.
Yeah, but it also is like, yo, if you watch, it makes sense, because listen, you go watch some of Young Thug's first videos. Go watch the YSL Loaded video with him and Pee Wee Longway. That's one of my favorite shits, because it really shows the come up, bro. When I tell you, I don't think people realize Young Thug has a crack rock with a razor blade tatted on his forehead, dog.
Yeah.
That nigga come from some different shit.
Do you remember? Do you
remember what Young Thug's teeth used to look like?
Do you remember what his hair used to look like?
Bruh.
Do you remember what his...
Go watch that video. You will see. Young Thug looks like he chews on rocks, nigga. That nigga had all types of chipped teeth and missing teeth. I'm like, what the fuck?
Watch the check video.
Right.
I got a check. Look at his hair. Look at his hair in that video.
Watch the YSL Loaded video. I promise you, you're gonna be like, oh, this is poverty at its finest.
Yeah.
But you also gonna see it's Pee Wee Longway. You gonna see.
You always see people in the back.
Rich Pablo Juan, Rich the Kid, Playboy. Like, it's so many motherfuckers in the cut. Yeah, all these motherfuckers is there. What was the other nigga? Jose Guapo, motherfucking Skipper the Flipper. Like, you see all these motherfuckers in the trenches in this little dirty ass house. Watch they Noisy interview too on Vice. It's crazy to watch the come up, and you see why they push each other up so much, because they niggas really came up together. They really stayed down and came up together. So, like, I get why they, you know what I'm saying, they big up their own and they bring people in. Like, you got motherfuckers like 21 Savage, his best friend is an artist. I forget his name. He just did a little hood documentary with my boy Tommy G. Check out Tommy G's Instagram or YouTube if you haven't. Please go watch Tommy G. Fire, white boy. He's in the trench. He's doing a bunch of shit. I just trench shit. He's not just in the hood. But he was saying 21 Savage's best friend is a rapper. He was saying, nigga, my first song was with Metro Boomin. I'm like, what? That's a $250,000 beat.
Yeah, literally.
That's $100,000. That's a beat that's worth whatever the fuck Metro Boomin wants to charge.
Whatever he wants to charge.
And it's just like that. It's like, listen, when your best friend is 21 Savage, and we really done killed niggas, allegedly, we really done killed niggas years ago, you know what I'm saying? We tied in, like, for life. Like, of course I'm gonna big my mans up. Like, we're not just gonna rap on YouTube type beats, nigga. Here's Metro Boomin in real life.
And I think that's the difference between something like Atlanta and New York and a lot of these other cities where, where Atlanta, it's more of a community type of thing, and everybody wants to see everybody win, and everywhere else it's the dog eat dog type of thing, and if somebody coming up, they think it's a detriment to you, or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Where it's a lot more hate outside, but Atlanta, there's so much love. That's why there's so many new artists that pop out all the time.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I don't think people realize, like, Atlanta, if you do the per capita, New York has like 8 million people, right? Okay, cool. Now Atlanta has not even 1 million yet. I think there are like 700,000 people, and I can name you literally 50 Atlanta rappers. I can almost guarantee I can name you 50 Atlanta rappers. Rather than you, I can name you 50. I can't name you 50 rappers from New York. I cannot. I cannot. And if I do, most of them gonna be from way before the 2000s. Before the 2000s, let alone 2010.
And not only that is I've never been to Atlanta, but they say if you go to Atlanta, you'll see everybody everywhere.
Oh, for
see
sure.
everywhere.
That's what I'm saying. We're talking about a much smaller city, a much smaller town. Everybody's gonna know each other. If it's literally 1/10 of the size of New York City, it's like, but it has 10 times the amount of rappers. How the fuck do we not all know each other? How the fuck do we not all go to the same studios? How do we not listen? If you Zone 6 alone is responsible for like 20 rappers. Zone 6 alone, 21 Savage. His best friend, I can't remember his name right now. Young Nudie. I'm gonna name the proper one.
Yes, Nudie,
Young Nudie.
yes.
Motherfucking Gucci Mane, Future. And these ain't no little names.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying? Doug reps Zone 3, but regardless, they're all in this tight knit area. That's just one neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about a couple block radius. Zone 6 is about what, a 5-6 block radius. It's not big at all. And then you got Zone 3, Zone 1, Zone 2. Everybody knows each other. It's like, and they all go to the same high school. There's only but so many high schools in one city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you rival with the other high schools, so you know them niggas from over there. And you know what I'm saying? Or we can link up and be best of friends. And that is, you know.
I think the Atlanta music scene in general is just goes to show what can happen if we in general big each other up and want to see everybody win.
Yeah.
And just want to see everybody win, but at the same time, I don't think that's most of us. I think we can use that as an example, though. If you ask me.
For sure, Atlanta is definitely the new mecca of hip hop. I can say that much.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. And a lot of people not from Atlanta move to Atlanta and try to get on. It
is actually crazy. That's exactly what the movie's supposed to do, because there's where you go to a studio and you run into 4 or 5 of the hottest producers ever, and they're all sitting in a room. You know what I'm saying? Because even when we talk about artists, I didn't even mention producers, but if you look at all the producers from Atlanta, they all from there.
Mike Will, Metro,
London on the track,
London,
fucking Southside, the whole 808 Mafia. You got Sunny Digital, TM88,
fact,
they go crazy out there. And
Jaleel
ATL
Beats.
Jacob, Jaleel Beats is from Philly.
Okay.
You talking Jaleel Beats? That's he's from Philly. But I say that to say, bro, it's a plethora out there, and like you said, man, they all big each other up. A motherfucker that like ATL Jacob was nobody. Future heard his beat one time and was like, "Who is that young kid?" And within a year, they had a whole album together. Like literally the whole album. That what was it?
It came out recently too. Fake recently.
Fake recently. It was like a year or two ago. The purple album he had. The Wizard.
Yeah.
That shit. That's a whole ATL Jacob project. ATL Jacob was a 20-year-old producer from nowhere. Same thing with Metro Boomin. He found Metro Boomin. He's like, "Oh yeah, you come here. We're doing this. We're doing a whole album together." And they took off. They did the fucking they did the Future album. Future. He did Future and what was the other one? The two albums.
Future and
regardless.
Hendrix.
Future and Hendrix.
And
you can match up with a superstar and be out of here just because they want to see you win. Motherfucker like 21 Savage and make sure they go see you win.
And not only that, it's like, okay, they want like, oh wow, I discovered this kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't even, not even necessarily if they want something from it. Like, wow, I discovered him and now look where he is. You feel me? You feel me? I'm glad I gave you the opportunity. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I mean, not for nothing too. Listen, there's a thing called finder's fees, and it's when you
absolutely
when you bring an artist to a label, and listen, there's a bag behind that, big bag behind that.
There's a huge bag. That's what
Trippie Redd.
I wasn't even thinking about Trippie Redd. What about Trippie Redd?
Well, Trippie Redd, he has finder fee for 6ix9ine from I believe it was Alamo, wherever they were signed to. I think it was 10K, some shit like that. Not the price. The company I believe is called 10K or some shit like that. But yeah, he owns a percentage of whatever 6ix9ine did through that company at that time when he was signed to that label. Facts.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and that's why I remember when they were doing their little internet beef. This is like 2016, 2017. Of course, you don't remember this, but when they were going back and forth, Trippie Redd was like, "Listen, the more we beef." Because Trippie Redd was obviously the bigger artist at the time.
At the time,
he said, the more we beef, I'm just giving you more clout so you can sell more records so I can make more money off of you. He said, so this ain't about nothing. He said, we can keep going. Like he's like the record label's the one winning. They don't give a fuck about us beefing. And that's also what kind of turned him off from the music for a little minute too. Because he realized that 6ix9ine was getting too big and people were siding with him all of a sudden because they were just dick riding the bigger artists.
Yeah, they was.
They were like, these niggas just gonna dick ride and flip on me now. Now I ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? And then he got with Corey, he disappeared. You know what I'm saying? But
he did disappear for a
But I
little
say
bit.
at the say, like, yeah, these finance fees is another big reason why these artists are like, yo, I'm quick to put a nigga on because shit, I'll put you on. You gonna make this label $10 million. I get 1% of that shit. I go get my change. It don't matter. You gonna make $10 million. Like I get, you feel me? Probably more than 1%. I think it's like 3%. It's like 3 to 5% too. Like it's some shit. It ain't short. It even 1%. Oh, that's 100,000. 1% of 10 million is 100,000. If I'm not mistaken. Like I need that.
Yeah, that is.
I need that.
Yeah, that's it.
Send that this way, gang. Don't you worry about it. Send that this way.
Thank you.
Right. Especially, yeah, it's funny because I was watching this Money Man interview. I don't know if you know who Money Man is.
I know that is.
He's from Baltimore, DC, if I'm not mistaken. Independent artist. And he was saying that, oh no, I'm lying. It was actually a Sada Baby interview because I be getting them confused. They kind of look alike. He was saying when he was trying to get out of his music deal, that he asked for the basically the stats of what he's made for them, and he found out he had made that label $4.5 million in 2 years, and he said, yo, I never physically had $1 million in my account ever. He said, I never got nothing close to that from them. He said, I was going out and collecting my bags doing shows. He said, don't get me wrong, I was running it up. He's like, but I never got $1 million from these niggas. How the fuck they made $4.5 million? He said, where the fuck that came from? And Sada Baby, you might not even know who Sada Baby is. He look like he could be your uncle, for real.
I don't know.
He's got a full beard. But I say that to say, you don't even know who that is, and he could generate $4.5 million? Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? So imagine what a motherfucker like 21 Savage when they put him on, or you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers like that's grossing $30-40 million a year.
Like a little baby.
Yeah, a little bit, exactly.
QC.
Right.
Yeah.
Whoever found him, a.k.a. Thug, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Damn, you Zone 6, don't forget Young Scooter. Shout out to Young Scooter.
Yo, shout out,
Lil Baby, Rollo, they're all from Zone 6. That's all Zone 6. The Bluff, that area, that is all Zone 6. Yo, if you never watched Snow on the Bluff,
Snow on the Bluff,
by
that's a great fit.
Go on Google and watch Snow on the Bluff. I don't care if they try to charge you to watch it, you got to watch Snow on the Bluff. It'll explain to you what the fuck going on in Atlanta, what these motherfuckers come from. Because that was the generation, Baby and all these young niggas, Thug and all them, they grew up being teenagers around that time period, that 08, 09, 2010.
Snow on the Bluff. Wow.
Snow on the Bluff. Go watch that. That'll give you a little bit of a insight of what Zone 6 is like.
Yeah, that's a great film. That's a staple. That's a staple right there.
Word. Actually, we see, I know we running short on time, but we definitely gonna run through an episode. I want to do a whole bunch of top fives, not just like music, because we already did like top 5 artists and shit.
Oh, me too. In general,
top 5 mad shit. Right. We gonna definitely do one of those.
Let's do that.
Now we gonna do a whole bunch of top 5s. We gonna do a whole bunch of new topics.
We feel like we gotta get
little segments.
Work that in.
Yeah,
work that in.
We definitely should have been started working on it. That's what we should have did. But I mean, we gonna talk off camera about what we should have done and what we could do.
Bro, we
still got plenty.
I have so many ideas.
Yeah, but we gotta stop. We gotta stop bullshitting and put it in there. But listen, we got a whole bunch of makeup episodes. So we got a whole bunch of episodes. We about to compile probably like 4, 5, 6 episodes in the next like 2-3 weeks.
You know how
what I'm saying? So we appreciate everybody for tuning in, man.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
thank you guys.
We got to get up out of here. Listen, studio's about to get used by somebody else. So appreciate y'all. It's been a Free Gems podcast,
episode 89.
Listen, free Thugger, he ain't do it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna leave it at that. And we are
outta here.
gone.